What's up, guys? Welcome to... Are we good? Are we good? I need to ask that question. Okay, because Kevin's been having a little episode over there.
I told you, it's your fault. You, were saying something as audio went up. It derailed me.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Kinda Funny Games Daily for Thursday, December 7th, 2017. As always, I'm Tim Gettys, joined by one of the most beautiful people in gaming, Andy Cortez.
Greg Miller is in here, though.
He's one of the coolest dudes in gaming.
Oh.
I said you're beautiful. And I think you're beautiful because everyone admire cold Andy. Little chilly Andy look. He has the bomber jacket still, but he got a hoodie underneath. I like it. And party mode.
It's the,
your shirt now.
I think it's the look that Andy Samberg has in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. That's always the Andy Samberg look. The jacket with the hoodie underneath.
Andy Samberg, Andy Cortez.
Yeah. We're both Jewish. We're both Jewish guys.
Ish. Yeah, exactly. I'm liking that. Let's get right into the housekeeping here. Now, we don't need to tell you to vote for Andrea Renee anymore because the Game Awards are tonight. We're going to find everything out, and me and you are doing a watch-along. So that'll be fun. The pre-show starts at 5:30. I imagine we'll just be here at 5:30. We'll do a pre-show watch-along as well. Why not? We're here in about 2 hours for the show.
I did tell people on the morning show that we do start at 5:30.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Then great. We'll do that. We'll do that.
Great.
It'll be fun. I'm very excited. I'm actually very excited for the Game Awards tonight. So many leaks, so many rumors, so many things going into it.
Tempering my expectations.
Fuck that, man.
In hopes that something blows me away.
Get hyped. Bring it to you. Brought to you by LaCroix. We got to do this shit,
Pokemon
man.
Snap coming to Switch.
Pokemon Snap 2. We going out here.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, no, it's going to be, I'm pretty excited. We got some really good stuff. There's a lot of random things that were announced today that I think will kind of turn the train. The hype train of Game Awards in different directions if you're a Devil May Cry or Tomb Raider fan, but we'll get to that in a little bit and let's see how that goes. And of course, PSX is also this weekend. We will not be doing any watch-along content to anything, but Greg Miller is hosting not one, but two panels. I think that's it. One of them is the Uncharted 10th Anniversary panel where he is interviewing all of the VO actors and actresses from the franchise history, and the other is a interview. If I understand correctly, it's two one-on-one interviews. Greg Miller talking to Sean Layden, and then Greg Miller talking to Shuhei Yoshida. That should be very exciting, and we'll see if he gets Shuhei to be able to change our names. I'm down it, though.
I'm waiting, and I hope so.
Do you need to?
No, I'm Maximum Cortez right now, which I am on all of my platforms, but the day will come where I just want to be Andy_Cortez. Or Andy Cortez _.
Really?
Andy Cortez is already taken.
Don't be an underscore, dude. Don't be an underscore.
I get it, dude. I get it. And we're brought to you by Lisa.com and Omaha Steaks, but we'll get to that later today. Because right now we need to begin with what is and forever will be the Roper Report. It's time for some news, motherfuckers. Today we have 4 stories.
Quarter of a dozen!
It's a baker's dozen, Kevin.
No, it's a quarter.
One job that you have.
Wait, a third. It's actually a third of a dozen.
It's a third of a dozen, yeah.
Bye, guys.
Oh, you say bye.
Oh, okay. Bye, Kevin.
The first story is about PlayStation 4 sales. And let me tell you what, Andy. They're really high.
Yeah.
Really, really high. Let's get right to this. So, a lot of people reported on this, and Sony sent us a PR email with all the numbers and stuff. But I found this dude, ZHugeEX, on Twitter. You might be familiar with him. He's one of those guys. If you're into following video games, I recommend you follow 3 people.
He's one of the mods on Reset Era.
Yes. I recommend you follow Shinobi. I recommend you follow ZHugeEX. Don't know how to say his name. Maybe it's just Zhuge.
Zhuge.
And I recommend Nibel. Yes. All 3 of them. Breaking news. They have really good takes on things.
They got the finger on the pulse.
They do. And so this dude, ZHugeEX, he tweets about video game industry stuff. He's an analyst at Nico Partners. He covers the digital games market in China and Southeast Asia. So a lot of that, he kind of adds a different perspective to things, which I like. And I enjoyed the context that he gave this news story. So I'm going to read his series of tweets. PlayStation 4 has now sold 70.6 million units worldwide as of December 3rd. That means that the console sold through 20.6 million units in the past 12 months.
Wow.
Yes. More than in any prior 12-month period. It also went from 60 million to 70 million in just 172 days.
Oh my God.
So 10 million in 172 days, which...
Are the holidays accounted in that?
They must.
The Black Fridays and all that?
Well, I mean,
the most
depending
recent
on
Black
what,
Friday or
on
whatever?
what, yeah, but depending on what half of it is. But that's just a weird thing to say because if they went up 20 million, then is it really that big of a deal that they went up 10 million in 172 days? Because then wouldn't that just mean the other 10 million was the other half?
The other half, yeah, I guess so. I don't know.
Yeah. Whatever. Still super impressive. 20 million in a year. That's really cool. Also, from the data, we can work out that PlayStation 4 owners purchase up to or around 8.75 games for the system on average, up from an average of 7.5 games at the end of 2016. So PS4 users buying more games year over year. Very good news for Sony. A total of 617 million games have been sold for the PlayStation 4, with 250 million coming out in the last 12 months alone. At this point in time, the PlayStation 2 had shipped around 71 million consoles and shipped around 570 games. The PlayStation 4 has sold through, note the difference there, not shipped, sold through, over 70 million consoles and over 617 million games. So it's doing real well. It's doing
Exceeding
better.
the pace, yeah.
Exceeding the pace of the PlayStation 2, which is Sony's #1 selling console of all time thus far. Someone asked a question. Will PlayStation 4 outperform PS2 as best-selling console? Currently at 155 million. And yet that keeps in mind, they got that thing down to like $100 at one point, right? Where it was just like they had revision after revision after revision. I think there was 3 versions of Slim or whatever it was, and it got it real down there. And that thing had a lifespan of like 300 years.
Yeah.
You know? And his take on this is...
I feel like it was only 3 months ago that Sony said, hey PlayStation 2, we're not supporting it anymore.
We're done.
Yeah.
But his take on this is best-selling? No. But most profitable? Sure. And I saw there was this whole breakdown of him talking about how PS4, due to things like the PSN and services like that, are way more profitable now per console sold than they were on PlayStation 2 era. So
I'd have to assume that's making up for a lot of the fact that the game prices have not gone up a whole lot. Like overall $60 compared to what, 40 back then?
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess PlayStation 2 was 50.
50, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, all the extra services and all that sort of stuff is making up for the fact that there's only been a $10 increase in games in the last
20 years.
Yeah, that's
and in addition
crazy.
to that, there's the adoption rate of people that are buying games along with the console. So if we're up to 8.75, that's a lot.
Yeah.
You know, and these software numbers are very impressive as well. Sony also put out a bunch of their VR numbers, which were very impressive for VR. And yeah, so overall, having a great year, having a great time. And I think it's a good time for gaming because they're confident. And when you look forward at 2018, you have to imagine they're only going to do better last year than this year. Once the PS4 Pro it's already getting its like the price drops and all that stuff that we saw for coming up in December, $50 off. Going forward into next year with Spider-Man, God of War, Last of Us Part 2 eventually, Days Gone, whenever. Like, there's a lot of big hitting games.
Huge titles coming out, yeah.
So, yeah, it should be interesting.
Well, I do think it helps out with the Slim model being a 200 over the holidays. Like, that even tempted me to buy a second one to have at other locations, just so I don't have to...
Mr. Moneybags over here, Andy Cortez.
Well, you know, when you're part of the 1%,
yeah,
it's really easy. I'm just gonna go along with the stupid fucking joke. Okay.
Yeah.
No, but I was tempted to actually get an extra one because I hate taking my Pro along everywhere because it's just so heavy and kind of bulky. That I wanted to have a smaller thing, just to sort of transport and
game on the go.
Game on the go. Well, not I guess so, but like, you know, just cloud save and have it ready to go wherever I wanted to, as opposed to worrying about destroying my PS4 Pro because I on the trip back home for Thanksgiving, I put my Pro in my luggage, which is like, as soon as I did it, and as soon as the dude like just threw the fucking bag on the little conveyor belt, I was like, oh no, I should have taken the Pro out of there and put it in like my carry-on or whatever. And so I was immediately like worried about, oh man, if I lose that, I'm just gone. I'm lost. But yeah, $200, even to casual fans like my relatives who may not necessarily be super into gaming but might want to get Call of Duty or Madden or whatever, $200 is like a really nice entry point. And I saw, you know, even Xbox S was doing that as well. They're dropping to 180. Yeah, that's fucking crazy that they're at that number sold already.
No, it's really impressive, and I messed up the show by not having the whole rigmarole before the housekeeping, but this is Kind of Funny Games Daily, each and every weekday, twitch.tv/Kind of Funny Games, talk about video game news you need to know about and all that stuff. You all know that, though. But the thing is, you can be a part of the show by going to kindoffunny.com/KFGD and writing in questions just like God of Steel did. God of Steel writes in about this PlayStation sales news. What's up, Tim and Andy? The PlayStation 4 has crossed 70 million in sales. 70 million in 4 years. It's soon going to eclipse the 80 million mark, which took the Xbox 360 and PS3 the entirety of their intended life cycle to achieve. And disregarding the, quote, inexpensive DVD player aspect of the PlayStation 2, the PS4 might well become the best-selling PlayStation ever and one of the best-selling consoles to ever grace the market. That brings me to my question. Do we need a PS5? Especially with incremental upgrades like the PS4 Pro, does it really make sense for Sony to launch a PS5? Console games look good enough to the point that I could forego any visual upgrades to a potential PS5 would bring. So unless Sony plans to revolutionize the industry with some mind-blowing new technology in the PS5, do we really need it? That's all, guys, and keep up the good work.
I am wondering if we will get like a Pro 2 or a Super Pro.
Me and Greg did a pretty detailed breakdown on this show a couple weeks ago about when we think the PlayStation 5 is going to come out. Do we need a PlayStation 5? Yes. I do not think the PlayStation 4 has hit that point, especially when you look at things like PSVR and how hard they're pushing it. Those do not work in conjunction together well enough to be the end, right? There will be another generation of consoles. Do we need a PlayStation 5 anytime soon? Absolutely not. And I see at least a couple years before it comes out. And I do think that there is a chance that we'll see an even a Pro 2, Pro Slim, Pro whatever, another iteration. And I wouldn't be surprised if we saw another iteration of an even slimmer PlayStation 4 at some point. With these type of sales numbers, it's very similar to the PlayStation 2. And that had such a long lifespan. And I think that if Sony has been killing it, right? Both on the game front, on the hardware front, all of the fronts, they're just doing really well. Xbox, on the other hand, has been having a more difficult time this generation. Not to say that they're not killing it. They are very happy with their hardware sales. They're very happy with their software sales. They want them to be higher, though. So that's why they are doing things like the Xbox One X. When will they have the Xbox One, or you know what I mean, the next Xbox? Mm-hmm. That's a different question. But I think that in terms of the PS5, we're a ways out from that. And I think to boil down what me and Greg talked about last time, Sony's next E3, I think, will be very telling of how much longer we have in the PlayStation 4's lifespan, because we've seen a lot of the big games get announced, take a little bit of time to come out, and then they're out. We've Horizon already, Uncharted 4, like those things. Now we know God of War is coming. We know Last of Us 2. We know Death Stranding.
You Sucker Punch.
And Sucker Punch. All these games are announced. We need to see that next wave. I'd even consider the Sucker Punch game in the next wave already. But I need more details on what the rest of that next wave looks like to see like, oh shit, they're really taking this seriously. Because otherwise, Last of Us Part 2, Death Stranding do seem like good swan songs for the generation. But if they plan to keep going after that, I could see us having a while. I think if we had one more wave of huge titles, I think we'll get an additional one after that as well.
Okay.
Bringing us into 2020, 2021 easily.
Yeah, I do worry about their ability to process like 4K and stuff like that, because I do feel like 4K will become more ubiquitous in the next couple of years, where already right now you're seeing like crazy sales. The problem with 4K was always like, first off, I don't have the content to do it, and also it's really expensive. But now with like sales down to like $400 for a 40-inch 4K and stuff like that, it's gonna be more common to see 4K in houses in the next couple of years, and in my opinion, they're gonna need hardware to push that out. And I do think I agree with you. I don't think we'll see a PS5 anytime soon, but I do think that they will release another console to outdo the Xbox One X. I do think we'll see a new hardware to add more flops to their Terras.
Yeah.
The technical
term. See, that's
term.
the thing that I'd be interested in. I wonder if there was a PS4 Pro iteration. I don't even want to call it a PS4 Pro 2.
Yeah.
Because that I don't think that's what it'll be. I'm not sure that it'll even match the Xbox One X. I think that it could be closer to. But I don't know. We'll see, because it really does depend on how much everyone adopts all this technology and how much developers and publishers push for the Xbox One X enhanced games and like what the market demand is for all that stuff. Because you're right, like the 4K TVs are at a much cheaper entry point at this point. So that's going to put market pressure on them to make those decisions.
And we're still seeing like, oh, this awesome game on my PS4 Pro still runs at 30 frames per second at 1080p or whatever. And like, I think at a point it'll be more common to want more, to want extra resolution, to want extra frame rate, extra flops.
Yeah.
Give me them flops,
Give them flops, man. All right. Second news story of the day. This one's very interesting. This comes from Tomb Raider's Twitter. New Tomb Raider teased for 2018. Now, before I even read it,
what was up with the news day today? Why are people just leaking shit?
Yeah, today was a big day for like random things, and it's interesting. I think it's getting ahead of Game Awards. I think it's like, hey, don't get too excited that like we're not going to be there, because a lot of people expected Shadow of the Tomb Raider to be at the Game Awards tonight. So their message is as follows: Square Enix is excited to share some big news with you next year. Honestly, we wish we could share it with you right now, but we're taking a new approach to this time. A new Tomb Raider game is coming. Driven by our goal of putting our fans first, we want you to know that it won't be very long between the official reveal and when you can play. Our journey together will begin with a major event in 2018. We simply can't wait to take you on Lara Croft's defining adventure. Shadow of the Tomb Raider was first leaked over a year ago.
Right.
We haven't heard anything official since. This is the first time something's actually
How was it
come
leaked
out.
again? Was it just
the dude in the subway was working on a press pack or whatever. But no official statement since. We don't know what team's working on it. Like, there's a lot of questions up in the air, right? There's talk about it being up in Montreal, but so it wouldn't be like the Crystal Dynamics team that have worked on the other games. What's interesting here, and Andy, I'm sure you, as a perceptive young little man, understood that the first letter of every sentence in this message spells out Shadow.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm not. Square Enix, honestly, A, driven, R, and we.
Are you fucking kidding me? Why?
Why not? I fucking love it.
But I mean, it's another Tomb Raider. Like, it's gonna be a good Tomb Raider game, but like, I don't. Wow.
And it's already been leaked. That's the funniest thing. But like, who the fuck found that out? I just saw it on Twitter and I'm like, all right.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, oh, cool. I guess like that's such a weird thing for them to do, to like create hype for something that's kind of just known already.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Good for you, social media guy.
Good for you, man.
Good for you, PR.
Oh, okay. Now, third story of the day. Ubisoft delays 3 major games. Did you hear about this?
Far Cry 5?
Mm-hmm. Ubisoft has delayed 2 of its upcoming games, Far Cry 5 and The Crew 2, as well as 1 unannounced major title. This comes from IGN. Far Cry 5's release date has been pushed back for 1 month and will come out on March 27th, 2018, instead of its originally announced release date of February 27th, 2018. So 1 month back. Meanwhile, The Crew 2 will now be released sometime in the first half of the 2018-2019 fiscal year rather than on March 16th, 2018. That fiscal year runs from April 1st, 2018 to March 31st, 2019. What?
The Crew just reminds you of when Nick thought that it was like a Grand Theft Auto type game. He's like, can I invert my Y? And they were like, why would you want to do that? He was like, haha, just play the game, man. Such a great moment.
But like, just... It's an E3 behind the closed doors demo. Nick sits down to play The Crew 2 and asks if he can invert his Y.
And he was like, oh, you're just driving.
You're just driving.
And he was like, ah, nice. Just play it. Let's see. Check it out, man. Fucking idiot.
Well, now Nick's not going to be able to play it for a little bit longer. So what's interesting here is that it had an actual firm date and then got pushed back.
The Crew did.
Yeah, The Crew was supposed to be March 16th.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now I guess they're just sort of all slotting it back. When I think when the Far Cry 5 date was first revealed, we were all kind of like, oh shit, that's a lot longer than we sort of expected. Like with the trailer looking how it did, and with as much gameplay as we had already played, I felt like the February date was already kind of a shock. And so I'm all for delaying games, but I mean, it kind of shocks me that we're going to have to wait even longer for this game, yeah.
Well, there's reason. So continuing, in addition, Ubisoft also delayed a third unannounced franchise title. The game, originally planned for release in the 2018-19 fiscal year, will now come out in the 2019-20 fiscal year instead.
Jeez, okay. Wow.
This unknown game is the reason for the delay. This sentence doesn't make sense. But it says, this unknown game is the reason for the delay is to allow developers more time to work on these 3 games. Ubisoft quotes, taking more time with Assassin's Creed Origins enabled our talented development team to fully express their creative vision. As expected, this has had a very positive impact on the game's quality and largely participated to its commercial success. Taking a similar approach, we've decided to invest additional development time in 3 upcoming games.
Good.
So that's good.
Great.
I love it. I love that so there's the bad news of the delays, but then there's the good news of they're getting ahead of it. They are being transparent and they're being like, hey, there's a problem. We want to fix these things and we want to be putting out good things. Ubisoft is at the top of their game right now. I think that in terms of the big third-party guys, they're killing it in terms of working with the community, in terms of putting out interesting games, adding to franchises and growing, and in terms of doing the big games as services, they're doing a good job.
Yeah. I do think this is awesome news. And at least it shows that they are learning from the past and seeing that, like, hey, guess what? We put in more time in Assassin's Creed. People liked it a lot more, and it's a lot more polished. And it's, I think, in a lot of the runnings for Game of the Years. And this is awesome news that they're finally sort of realizing that it's not about quantity, it's about quality sort of thing.
All right. Now, the 4th story. This also comes from Ubisoft. Beyond Good and Evil 2, characters, ships, and story detailed. Eurogamer had a nice little breakdown of this. Did not expect to hear about Beyond Good and Evil
anytime soon. At least 4 years.
Yeah. Ubisoft has revealed new characters, spaceships, and story details from Beyond Good and Evil 2 in a just-finished live stream. The discussion was led by Beyond Good and Evil creator and creative director Michael Ansel, alongside senior producer Guillermo Brunier and narrative director Gabriel Schrager. Over the hour-long live stream, the team showed off a gallery of new animal hybrid character concept art. Interesting. And then a working in-engine 3D model system which lets the team create animals of various hybrid qualities. A bit tiger, a bit elephant, a bit male, a bit female, a bit large, a bit small, and so forth. So that's interesting. You just kind of have character sliders based on attributes of different animals.
Sort of like a No Man's Sky, like just how they created their animals, where it's just like random all procedurally generated. Yeah, interesting.
On the game in general, Ansel confirmed it can be played in single player, but the team wanted to invite you to play it with friends. Oh,
here we go.
Quote, a part of the story will be the story you tell as you meet and play with friends. No. Brunier chipped in, then added there will be, of course, a traditional narrative-led story with a beginning, middle, and end with strong characters which will be emotional. Ansel referenced a storyline concerning sweary chimp Nox, where you can go to his planet and meet his family. They will look like him, Ansel said, because of the game's engine's ability to create animal hybrid characters which look like others which share DNA. The engine's other big focus is for it to support your seamless transition from a small tea house in a city somewhere where you can drink a cup of tea to a giant spaceship in space, as shown in the game's E3 trailer. Since E3, the team almost tripled in size. We received a great reception. We need more and more people to make the thing happen, so the focus right now is for more people to join. And the main focus for people on the team currently is to build a real vibrant city for people to explore. The first idea for Beyond Good and Evil was to make 3 games, a trilogy. But when we started thinking about the next game, we thought the series world was so big, so dense, it would be a shame to not talk about its origins. Who is Jade? She's very mysterious. She has a dark side. We want to go deeper into these things. This is all cool. This is also proof that we're not seeing this game maybe even on this generation of
I mean,
consoles.
the fact that when they were at E3 and they were like, we want you to join the astronauts brigade, or whatever the fuck they called it. This is neat that they're doing this, and I like that the fans can get an in-depth look. But this is a game that I just want to see I don't want to see anything about in the next 3 years.
Yeah.
Until we finally see. I want to forget about this game.
I kind of did. And then they remind us this way, which is like, I don't know.
Yeah, I just like this sort of stuff reminds me of a Kickstarter game that isn't really going to have a huge impact on the industry because it feels like it's a game that will probably never come out, similar to like a oh god, what's that fucking Chris Roberts game, the space game?
Fuck.
Yeah. Kindoffunny.com/you're wrong. You can let us know.
Yeah.
RSI, Robert Space Industries game, whatever. That's a game where like I really hope this doesn't become that, where it's a Nick's looking at us really weird. Like,
what's up, Nick?
Hey, Nick. God, that name is just escaping me. Star Citizen. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you.
Thank you, chat.
Thank you. So this seems like a game where we're going to get in-depth looks at the process of it, and the artists might do a stream, and then the concept people might do a stream, and they're talking about the story, and it's like, no, man, I don't want this to be that type of game. I want this to be a game similar to a new, like, I mean, even like Death Stranding. Like the fact, I know we've seen a lot of stuff about it, but that's a game I wanted to have.
That's the thing. It feels like we have because it's been a while. We've only seen 2 trailers.
I guess I wanted to have that sort of impact on the industry. Like, this is a huge game. You need to care about this game. I don't want it to be this sort of Kickstarter thing where they're doing streams once every month to show the fans what's going on. Like, that sort of cheapens it to me. I don't know.
No, I think you're totally nailing it. And it's interesting. I'm kind of surprised we're hearing even this much about the game because it does feel like they were going to be gone for a long time. But whatever. Will this game actually ever come out? That's another question.
I think it will. I don't want to hear about it for at least 3 years or something like that. Yeah.
That trailer looked dope as fuck, though.
It looked fucking awesome.
Yeah. Now it's time for the official list of upcoming software across each and every platform is listed by the Kind of Funny Games Daily Show host each and every weekday. Yeah. Let me tell you something, Andy.
Tell me, Tim.
A lot of games out today.
Really?
Yeah. Any games of consequence?
We'll see.
Maybe one.
The future will tell.
Maybe 2. Who the fuck knows? A lot of shit that I'm like, ho ho. Uh-oh.
Oh, okay. Though I thought it was a good oh. Bad one.
Out today. Floor Kids on Switch.
Fuck yeah.
That shit looks dope. The fucking hip hop dancing
game. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
That looks really
cool.
from the
direct.
That looks great. Gunbird on Switch. Acorn.
Gunbird.
I mean, Kev, can you pull up a gameplay video of Gunbird and put it up on the video wall?
Gunbird. I mean, I'm not like making fun of the developer of the game, but that's just like the silliest.
I wonder what it is. What do you think it is? Just Gunbird.
Like I picture in the development room. I'm putting my mind in the room of the developers, and them saying like, "What about
Switch
bullets in flight?" Or like, "What about death from above?" Or like shit like that. Like, no. Fucking Gunbird. And they're like, let's go with that.
Oh shit.
Yeah, Gunbird.
Sometimes the simplest answer is the right one.
That's so fucking funny.
All right, we got some Gunbird going up.
Oh, it's one of these type of games.
Hey, honestly, I'm fucking getting Gunbird.
You're getting Gunbird?
Yeah, I love this type of shit. I don't know why it's like mobile.
Then you gotta fucking play Nier, man.
I do.
You gotta play Nier, dude. What are you doing?
I got it. My plan is for the holiday break to play Nier.
Play Nier. Please play Nier.
Going forward, Acorn Tactics on Switch.
Acorn Tactics. What? What? No, that's not a real game.
Acorn Tactics is now available on the Nintendo Switch.
Acorn Tactics.
Demon's Age on Xbox One. Dimension Drive on Switch. 9 Parchments on PlayStation 4. Human Fall Flat on Switch. All right, we're getting into this. Acorn Tactics is not what I thought it would be.
Acorn Tactics, like some Advance Wars shit.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. You can be an armor blob.
You should have called your name.
Set looks right now.
You should have called the game something different. Yeah, that looks really cool.
Phantom Breaker Battlegrounds Overdrive.
Fucking hell.
On Switch.
Jesus.
Invector on PS4. Embers of Miram on Switch. Plague Road on Switch. Plantera Deluxe on Switch.
Everybody's going to Switch, man.
Slain Back from Hell on Switch.
Have we hit when are we going to hit the point where there is no longer like, you got to get your game on Switch because everybody's buying games there?
The Sexy Brutale on Switch. Vostok Inc. on Switch.
Fucking
Tesla
shit.
Grad on Switch.
Shit.
Red Game Without a Great Name
What?
on Switch.
Say that again.
Red Game
Look at me in the eyes.
Without a Great Name.
Are you fucking shitting
Kevin
me?
Gettys. Red Game Without a Great Name.
That sounds like a terrible band that would open for like Joe Satriani or something.
Super Hot Mind Control Delete. We talked about this yesterday. It's an early access on Steam. Top Hunter Roddy and Kathy. It's an arcade archive game from Neo Geo, also on Switch. Touch Battle Tank on Switch. And finally, Yodanji on Switch.
I thought we were done with Red Game Without a Great Name game. I thought we were done with that one. Okay. Okay.
This game is very red.
You can't tell. It looks orange.
It kind of looks cool, but doesn't have a great name.
I
though.
just don't like the way the animal's neck looks.
That's the only thing.
Yeah. That's a game killer for me. A Red Game Without a Great Name game killer.
All right. So yeah, that's all today. And you brought up a very valid point. When is it going to end? I think it's now.
It's now.
Right?
It
has
seems
to
like
be.
it's now.
It seems like this is just stupid.
We've hit the point where Switch owners are no longer
Desperate.
yeah, exactly, because you had your 3 or 4 or 5 like hot Nintendo titles, and now it's at the point where we're not looking for the extra 2 or 3 indie games that we were going to buy. We already got them, and now there's 84 of them.
Yeah.
Today only, and it's at the point where I'm no longer in that mode.
We're not going to look at the eShop and be like, what is
Yeah,
this? I'm going to
exactly.
try it out. So it's like, man, it's really on Nintendo now to push the Nindies initiative in a different direction. And I still think that them doing their presentations the way they do and focusing on, like, even out of all these, Floor Kids were like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of trash. As long as they keep that going, I think that they're going to be fine. It is just kind of sad to see it just turn into this, like, garbage pit.
I remember that $5 game that I bought that was like Hyper Light Drifter.
Kubo?
No, fuck, I forgot what it was.
Karibo.
Kamiko.
Kamiko.
That's that era was like that was like fucking 4 months ago, 3 months ago. But that was a time where I was like, oh, a $5 game looks fun. I'll try it out, and I really liked it, and it was like great value for $5. And now I'm at the point where I'm not looking for games the way I was back then. Mm-hmm. Now I'm hot. They all up on me. You see, Tim?
I get it, dude. Great
glad you're
reference.
there.
Great reference. Speaking of old things being hot now, new dates. Devil May Cry HD Collection coming to PC, PS4, and Xbox One, March 13, 2018 for $30. Andy, do you know what this means?
That we're getting a new Devil May Cry
The dream
game?
is real, man. Devil May Cry 5. It's fucking happening.
How do you know?
Why would they release Devil May Cry 1, 2, and 3 on the PlayStation 4 generation?
They were sick. Yeah.
They were sick, dude. They were, 1 and 3 were sick. 2 was...
I cannot express to you, Timothy.
You better not pull some bullshit right now.
No. Oh, no.
Okay.
I cannot express to you how fucking cool I felt playing Devil May Cry 1 at my friend CP and Caesar's house.
What's his name?
CP and Caesar, the brothers.
Oh, okay.
When we were first witnessing Devil May Cry 1, the original, on PS2, and seeing the intro cutscene with Ebony and Ivory.
Yeah.
And I'm just
Trish
like,
busts in.
I swear to God, like, at that moment, I was like, this is the coolest fucking shit I've ever seen in my life, dude. And it was.
It really
was. But then I just fell out of the series. I never got back into it. I know that a lot of people like DMC compared to the other entries in the series. No?
So,
Incorrect?
okay. Devil May Cry series history, according to Tim Gettys.
Okay.
Let me know at kindoffunny.com/you're wrong if you think I'm wrong. Devil May Cry 1, fucking classic. Introduction, it is just the coolest thing possible. Right? Devil May Cry 2, rushed entry, garbage, utter trash. Everyone, it's one of those games people wish or just pretend don't exist, right?
Okay.
Devil May Cry 3, pinnacle of the series, fantastic, one of the best action games of all time. So freaking good. It took everything that made Devil May Cry 1 cool and just upped the ante on all of it. And from a gameplay perspective, tight as fuck. Devil May Cry 4, which came out on the PS3 and 360, it's a good game that was almost great at so many points, but will never truly be looked at as great because it had so many flaws that a lot of games of that generation did, where there was a lot of backtracking, and it had this brilliant idea to be like, you know what would be real cool? If you don't play as the main character. You're going to play as this other guy. And it's like, the other guy, Nero, not a bad guy. Kind of cool. Like the mechanics. He had the Devil Bringer arm, which like you can reach out and pull people to combo. So that was cool.
Stuff,
yeah. And he had a sword with a motorcycle throttle as the hilt of it. So like you can use the triggers and stuff to kind of charge up before you hit. I'm like, this is a cool, fun mechanic, and it's over the top and stupid. But you played as like half the game is him and half the game is Dante. And when you played as Dante, you were just backtracking through all the places you've already been. And it was like, that's not cool. So that was kind of weird. And then they came out with DMC, which is like this reboot. And that was kind of tortured from the start, where everyone's like, why does he have black hair? What the fuck is this? This is super weird. It was made by Ninja Theory. And it was like, all right, this could be cool. And then it came out and it was really divisive. People either loved it or hated it. So it was kind of, that's where that dies.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Good to know.
So now we have this, and this leads to Devil May Cry 5. It's going to fucking happen, people. It's going to fucking happen. Will it happen tonight at the Game Awards? Probably not. Probably not. But it is weird that this news came out before the Game Awards today. Like, why?
I do feel like we're in an era where a new Devil May Cry game won't translate well in this time.
You're right. They must know that. Right? Like,
yeah.
They must push this thing forward. And have you seen all the leaked stuff about what DMC5 could be?
I have not, no.
Reset Era has this whole giant thing about like a bunch of leaked information. And I'm like, it sounds like
open world microtransactions.
No microtransactions, but like more of an open world.
Is it their God of War sort of?
It kind of sounds like it is.
Okay.
And I'm like, I am so sold on this. And the rumors are it's PlayStation 4 exclusive. So we'll see. I'm very excited. The fact that they're doing this is great news to me no matter what, because on one hand, even if 5 doesn't happen, I love these games. Maybe I'll give it a shot. But what this also means is Onimusha trilogy might fucking come. Never give up hope, people. Never give up hope. And also just think about this, man. March 13th, 2018 coming out for DMC 1, 2, and 3. Wouldn't that lead real nice into a DMC 5 next year? I think it would. I really do.
I don't think it's going to happen.
Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle versus mode coming out Friday, December 8th. That's tomorrow. For free. Pitting you against a friend on the same system and playable either with 2 controllers or the pair of Joy-Cons versus challenges players to handpick their 3 hero squads and use every attack and technique available to them to claim victory across small surprise-filled maps. Cool.
Online, I assume?
It doesn't say that here. Let me know, and you're wrong.
I'd be surprised if that function wasn't there.
But it's free, so
yeah.
And then
free content's cool.
Other new dates: Le Grand Legacy, the nostalgic love letter to classic JRPGs from publisher Another Indie and developer Semisoft, will arrive on Steam for Windows on January 24th, 2018.
I didn't hear any of the last sentence you said. Sorry, I was still thinking about online. Go. Can you say that one more time?
Le Grand Legacy, the nostalgic love letter to classic JRPGs from publisher Another Indie and developer Semisoft, will arrive on Steam for Windows on January 24th, 2018.
Thank you, Tim.
Yep. Now it's time for deals of the day. This one is interesting. It's the Game Awards sale, which means that there is a big sale on the eShop, on the PSN, on the Xbox Marketplace, and on Steam. So go there and check out anything interesting. A lot of stuff is real cheap. A lot of stuff, like Nintendo stuff, probably not going to get too much of a discount. Wolfenstein 2.
I hate that.
Nintendo's Nintendo.
I hate that.
Wolfenstein 2, $30. Evil Within 2, $30.
Don't fuck this up. Get Wolfenstein 2 now.
Uncharted Collection. All the Uncharted, $8.
What?
Including 4? No way.
No, not 4.
Okay, the children.
Sorry,
okay.
the collection, 1, 2, 3. $8. And Hellblade, $22.
I need to play Hellblade.
$22. Now's your chance, dude.
Now's my time.
Now is your time.
I need to play that game. That's over the Thanksgiving break. That was a game where I was like, I can either buy Nier right now or Hellblade. I should have gotten Hellblade because I could have kicked that. I could have finished that in like 6 hours, 5 hours, or whatever, how long it is. I know it's a shorter game, and I keep seeing like Alex O'Neill and Abishin tweeting about it. I need to check it out. Yeah, because I know it has some. I know it's in the running for like Game of the Year to a lot of people.
For a lot of people, yeah. It's time for Reader Mail. Brought to you by Lisa and Omaha Steaks. So let me tell you about Lisa mattresses. So, Andy, you already know about this. Joey Noel has one of these Lisa mattresses.
Yeah, it could have been my mattress. That's cool, though.
Yeah, well, she's having a good time. You can get yours.
Not mad about it.
You can get yours, man. You can get $100 off by going to lisa.com/kindoffunny and entering promo code kindoffunny. So
I'll think about it.
Yeah, you should definitely think about it. Lisa cuts out the bad guy and takes away the pressure. The bad guy, of course, being the mattress stores. You go there, they give you all this trouble. You don't want any of that trouble. You just want to get a mattress, and that's all you need. The mattress is 100% American made and delivered compressed in a box to your door. It's thoughtfully crafted with high quality materials to create what Lisa calls their universal adapted feel. And guess what? That is trademarked. Its 3 foam layers provide support, pressure relief, and cooling. Count them.
It's like a Neapolitan sandwich.
It kind of is, but it's a mattress that you can sleep on. Provides support, pressure relief, and cooling that adapts to all body shapes, sizes, and sleeping styles. The most important thing here, Andy, you get a 100-night trial. You don't like it, they come back for it, and they refund you entirely. Gary Woody yesterday asking, what were they going to do with a mattress you've slept on for 100 days? Someone wrote in, sorry, I don't have your name. And I was just like, I know what happened because we did it, and they donated to charity.
Oh, shit.
So everyone wins.
3 months of a trial. Over 3 months. That's awesome.
Matches cost thousands in stores, but Lisa started $525. You can get $100 off by going to lisa.com/kindoffunny and entering code kindoffunny.
Here's what I'll say about that. If you cannot support us directly with your money, but you need a mattress, and you buy a Lisa mattress, you're still supporting us because you're showing them that they should support us with their money. So do that. Show them that they're not wrong in supporting us.
Amen. And also, Omaha Steaks. Now, let me tell you about Omaha Steaks. And for only $49.99, you can get a family gift pack when you go to omahasteaks.com and enter code KFGames in the search bar. That's 75% off.
Omaha. That's Peyton Manning.
Oh, I knew that.
Yeah, you knew that.
I did not know that. No chance to know. Now, you know who's hard to buy Christmas gifts for? Greg Miller's dad.
Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning as well. But we've told this story before, and it's true, so we're going to keep telling it.
Okay.
Greg Miller Sr., this Omaha Steak thing for Christmas. He liked it so much, the next Christmas, he got it back for Greg Jr.
Huh?
I don't like calling him Greg Jr.
I hate that.
Yeah, let's
hate that.
Let's not make that a thing.
Now, you know what? I do like it. I do like it, Kevin.
No. Right now, Omaha Steaks is giving an exclusive savings just to you guys. Listen, everything you get for less than $50. 2 filet mignons, 2 top sirloins, 2 boneless pork chops, 4 boneless chicken breasts, 4 kielbasa sausages, 4 burgers, 4 potatoes au gratin, 4 caramel apple tartlets, 1 Omaha Steak seasoning packet, plus 4 additional kielbasa sausages for free just because we love you so much. Go to omahasteaks.com, enter code KFGames in the search bar and get 75% savings. It's the gift, guaranteed to be a hit.
I'm not kidding. I think I'm going to do this for my dad.
You should.
Do it.
Yeah, and if you do, make sure you go to omahasteaks.com and enter code KFGames.
I probably will.
Yes.
I'm not even joking.
I mean, it's we've had it.
That's a great
We've
gift
had this
idea.
so many times.
Because with my dad, it's always like gift card to Academy or gift card to Best Buy or gift card
to Academy.
Yeah, sports and outdoors. What the fuck's Academy? Never heard of that?
Nah.
Really?
Why would I know about that, Andy?
Well, it's just like a Target or like yeah, like a Dick's Sporting Goods or whatever. My dad's big into fishing.
Got it.
And at one point he was like really big into golf and stuff. But he if he doesn't want to buy fishing or golf stuff, he'll buy like fucking shorts, Nike shorts. But steaks are way cool than a gift card to Academy or Best Buy.
There you go. So now it's time for Reader Mail. This comes from Anthony. Hello, Kind of Funny Games Daily fam. Can we talk about the new Destiny 2 DLC? As part of the new Curse of Osiris DLC, Bungie has restricted some previously accessible game modes until you buy it. More specifically, anyone playing without the DLC no longer has access to the Prestige Nightfall or the Prestige Raid. This is annoying that Bungie would force players to buy DLC for content we previously had available to us. But there's one larger aspect to this. The Platinum Trophy is now impossible to get for players that do not own the DLC, since it's now impossible to do the prestige version of those game modes, and thus impossible to earn the trophy. Please, Bungie, Sony, Shuhei, anyone at this point, help us out here. This really seems like an anti-consumer practice and bothers me more than any of the previously discussed Loot Crate fiascos. Thanks for your time, Anthony. We go into detail about this on this week's Kind of Funny Gamescast.
Yeah, because Greg was playing it.
Yeah. Patreon users will be able to get tomorrow morning. And that's going to be a fun time for everyone. Everyone else get it on Monday. But yeah, Greg has a lot of opinions, a lot of thoughts. I, having not been I don't play Destiny. I don't know any of this stuff. My gut just says, like, I'm right there with Anthony, where it's like, this is shady. This isn't good.
You're right.
And
not a good look.
It needs to be fixed. I think that they'll fix it somehow, but I don't know. Not a good look at all.
I think they'll fix it because it doesn't really affect them monetarily. Like, with the EA Loot Crate thing, like, they're going to lose billions of dollars, possibly, like removing a lot of the stuff that they're removing from Battlefront. But with Destiny, this isn't going to like be a hit to their bottom line, I don't think.
Well, you could argue that, you know, that they're trying to get more people to buy the DLC.
Yeah, sure, but I at the end of the day, it's a trophy, right? It's not.
So the trophy thing, I think they'll fix,
right,
for sure. But does that mean just changing what the trophy needs? I feel like that's an easier
Here's what I'm
fix.
confused about. What if you already got the platinum prior to the DLC? Does the DLC offer an extra platinum?
No.
Because Greg platinum Destiny before the DLC came out.
So he's fine. Well, Greg has the DLC anyway, so it doesn't matter.
But then the DLC just came out with new stuff that you can do.
But now it's locked. Now that this DLC is out, there's content that people had for free that they no longer have. The Prestige Raid and the Prestige Nightfall.
Okay, I see.
Which you need those to get the Platinum Trophy.
I see.
And now those
So
are
had you
behind
not
a
gotten
paywall.
it before the DLC, now you're
Now you have to pay to get the Platinum.
Okay.
So I see their fix being just either changing what the Platinum is, but I don't know if people can change trophies after they're out. See, this is a Greg Miller question. You know what I mean? But anyway, Greg talks a lot more about it on Gamescast, so you can check that out.
I'm just looking at Marky Mark's VHS.
Yeah.
Don't mind me.
God.
Don't mind me.
Beeky says, what's up, Tim and Andy? So
Hi,
I heard
Beeky.
a Nintendo theory for the Game Awards and would love to hear what you guys think. Shout out to Game Explain for the idea. Shout out to Game Explain.
Game Explain's great.
Game
I
Explain.
love them.
Fucking amazing. Some of the best in the biz.
Yeah.
So this theory is assuming Nintendo knows beforehand the outcome of the categories they're nominated for, but stick with me here. So Zelda, Fire Emblem Heroes, and Metroid Samus Returns all have a real shot at winning in their categories. What if after each time they win, they get up, say thank you, and then show off trailers or teasers for Zelda DLC, Metroid Prime 4, and the Fire Emblem Switch game? How likely do you think this is? Is it even possible? And how freaking awesome would it be? How awesome would it be? Very freaking awesome. Is it possible? No, I don't think so.
You don't think it's possible?
I mean, no. So here's the thing. I don't think it's possible because I don't think the companies know that they win until... Actually, I know for a fact the companies don't know that they win until they're there. We know that because Greg Miller didn't know before he won.
Oh.
And
I thought Greg Miller didn't know.
Nope.
Oh.
No, Greg did not know until he won. And I know that that's different. Like Trending Gamer's not the same as the publishers and developers and all that. But there was that whole fiasco for the voice actor situation. Remember where they said the wrong person stood up?
Oh, I don't remember that. No.
Yeah. So it's like
Last year or 2 years ago?
Greg Miller's year. So 2 years ago. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So yeah, they don't, at least as of then, they don't know. And I imagine that's how it would be too now. I mean, even look at, like, not that it's the same, but with the Oscars and La La Land and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, award shows, traditionally, people don't know going into it.
So I thought this was a special occasion. I thought they didn't know because from what I remember, like Greg was the only one in his category that was actually there. So I thought the only reason that was because he was told beforehand. So that's why he showed up.
Yeah, no.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So because I've already talked about this, but I'm dating a girl who works at Ubisoft, and she was saying that her fellow PR employees are like sort of asking Jeff, do we go? Are we going to win? Are you going to let us know? And they're just like, can't tell you yet. And I was like, oh, weird, because Greg knew before he won.
Yeah, no, he didn't.
Not true.
Yeah.
Okay.
So cool. Well, there's some news from the inside. They don't know. Because if anyone, the PR team would know.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. That's one step of this. The other step is I feel it would be a very bad look for them to win and then announce something because that would come off to the snarky ass internet as, oh, they only won this award because they guaranteed Jeff an exclusive reveal.
Right. Okay.
And like that could look really bad.
Right.
I feel like they know to keep the awards and the
promotional stuff.
The promotional
separate,
stuff
separate church
enough.
and state.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's kind of been a thing, you know, the ethics in journalism and all that stuff. And not that this is journalism, but like that these people care. Jeff is putting on a freaking show and he's going to get shit on
Regardless of what he does.
No matter what he does, he cares so much and he's trying his best. And like, I expect tonight's Game Awards to be the best Game Awards we've ever seen.
Can tonight's Game Awards just be very chill when we stream it? Do we have to be proper and print? Can we just like sit here with like a box of pizza and
we're getting it, senores.
ices, like raspas? Can I get some raspas, which are snow cones?
Snow cones.
I just want to be very chill and relaxed on this stream.
We'll be chill and relaxed.
Cool.
I mean, dude, I'm expecting a good show. So we'll have fun. We'll have fun.
We'll see.
And it's me and you. It's the party boys. You know what I mean?
We don't give a fuck.
We don't give a fuck. It's the boy orgy. Fire Emblem Switch, I don't think they'll show here. Zelda DLC is for sure, I think. I imagine that we'll get the date and some type of blowout trailer. I'm so excited for that. Like,
I'm really excited.
This could be really freaking
I can't
cool.
wait to visit that world again.
Yeah, and I hope that, like, I mean, the rumors are it's like a proper dungeon.
Yeah,
and like
I'm excited for that.
Rad.
Like it's almost a whole extra, fucking beast, divine beast.
All right.
Not an actual beast, but like an actual thing that you have to figure out. I don't know. It's gonna be cool, man.
Unknown Source V1 says, I'd like to throw out a prediction at the buzzer for the Game Awards tonight. We're going to get a Mario DLC level announcement. Nintendo clearly was well ahead of schedule in the months preparing for Mario Odyssey, and nothing would hit harder than a Zelda DLC release date and a content announcement for the Mario Odyssey DLC. What do you think? Possible or more of a nah, bro?
I still haven't beat Mario.
You haven't beat it?
Still haven't beat it.
Wow, that's crazy.
Just don't care that much.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
I just got to the darker side. Fuck the darker side.
Is that 500 moons?
Yeah.
I just don't.
It's so hard.
I don't care that much.
Tim, have you gotten there?
You're crazy. No, I'm coming up on 500. I think I'm like 20
so
away.
so fucking hard.
Yeah.
I literally 3 hours of flying and I haven't gotten past it.
You don't understand how much I want to care, though.
Yeah. I think I know you. I know you well. You just
parts that I've enjoyed, I'm like, this is fucking cool. And the rest of it's just like
it'll hit you. It's gonna hit you. I can tell. There's gonna be the right moment you play, maybe on your flight.
I mean,
back.
the end of New Donk City was incredible.
It was, but your flight back to Austin, I think, is gonna be when it clicks for you, and you're like, oh,
we'll see. Oh, hopefully.
No, it'll click. But the Mario Odyssey DLC, I mean, I feel like it's gonna happen at Game Awards. I don't think so. If anything, I feel like that's more of a Nintendo Direct reveal than a Game Awards reveal.
I don't think that Nintendo would want to give the Game Awards that much juice.
I don't know, man.
Like, I don't think that they will do multiple announcements. I
expect multiple. I mean, okay. This is Gatorade get hyped moment shit.
Yeah.
Like, I'm expecting, we're getting Zelda. So it's like, that's awesome, and I'm excited to get the news on that, but like, I want more than that, and Nintendo's killing it right now, and I think if Nintendo were to announce anything else, that would be like a fuck yeah, man, Nintendo's doing it right, and I expect them to do it.
And I guess
right.
also, like, this is a moment that all of the gaming world is going to watch, whereas rather where the directs aren't super publicized, like like the whole gaming world doesn't necessarily always know when a direct is coming, but I feel like the Game Awards, it's similar to like how when there's a primetime football game and the whole world is watching compared to like a 2 p.m. game where like only the regional people are watching. I feel like this is like the main stage.
Exactly.
You know?
And it's
I
cool.
See what you're saying.
It's cool to look at this with Game Awards because it is the halfway point between E3 and a year, right? And it's the only event where all of the major companies share one stage to make announcements. This is the biggest press conference besides the E3 press conferences, and
Man, I'm getting all excited.
Sony's like there's no PSX conference, but like Paris Game Week stuff that they do, or what Microsoft does at Gamescom, and like that. This is the only one where all of them are in one place making big announcements. It's pretty cool.
Games are cool, man.
Games are cool, man. I'm so
excited.
stoked.
I need to pee, but it's because I drink a lot of water.
It's okay. We'll get through this.
Okay. Should I prep kindoffunny.com? You're wrong while you're doing that.
Please do.
Cool.
Dr. Jeremy Jam says, I'd like to take a second to comment Oh, no. I'd like to second the comment surrounding the negative press that VR games have been receiving made yesterday. I've had my PSVR since launch and have been thoroughly enjoying every game and experience that I've purchased. It's even got me back into playing multiplayer games such as Starblood Arena, Spark, and Rec Room, to name a few. While the free movie tie-in experiences have been mediocre, it's still a platform that deserves to be celebrated. I'd like to give a shout out to fellow kind of funny best friend Brian Paul at Without Parole Games on YouTube. He's doing a fantastic job of highlighting the great games coming out in this niche market. So check it out. Without Parole Games on YouTube if you're into VR games, because I feel like we don't do a good job of showing off the hits going on over there. Yeah.
It's easy to overlook them.
And then speaking of VR,
it is.
Jamie says, "What's good, kind of funny crew? According to certain sites like Polygon, PlayStation Lifestyle, etc., 1,400 PlayStation Plus members will be getting a 2-week free trial of PSVR, and if they like it, they can keep it and be billed $300, or they can just return it to Sony. What do you think of this as a business strategy? Is this the best kind of way to spread the word? Keep up the great work." I think it's freaking awesome. If you're a PS Plus member, a lot of them got emails. You can apply and be like, "Yeah, I'm interested," and then just demo a PSVR. It's a great way to know, like, all right, these are people obviously in the PlayStation ecosystem. How can we get them hooked even more?
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
Give them a shot, and if they don't like it, just send it back, just like the Lisa mattresses.
Callback. Tim with the callbacks.
Nah, I need this one. This one's kind of for you. Just a quick question. This comes from Jim.
Hey, Jim.
I know you guys aren't big on esports, but are either of you excited or interested in the Overwatch League that's starting its preseason today?
Very excited.
Really?
Very excited.
It's probably a big step for games as a sport, what with having owners of other sport teams owning the Overwatch teams, and I just want to know your thoughts. By the way, the San Francisco team is San Francisco Shock. They seem pretty cool. Love your work, and it's worth every dollar in my Patreon donation, and thanks for providing fantastic content. Thank you.
I'm really excited about the Overwatch League because I feel like it's not like the other esports tournaments where there are people that you don't really know necessarily who's playing, but this is your city invested in a team. It feels like it's more legitimized, and I am a fan of the Dallas Fuel now. And the coolest thing about these esports teams...
You're not going SF Shock?
Dallas Fuel, man. Dallas Cowboys fan. The coolest thing about these esports teams is that Blizzard has made skins that are color coordinated with their teams.
That is cool.
So the Dallas Fuel team is like a darker blue and a lighter blue, and like whatever team, San Francisco Shock, is probably like a yellow and a something like. It's fucking cool, and I love that stuff. I love that stuff. It shows that they put that extra level of care into it, that they're not just gonna. They are representing a brand. They are representing their city along with the colors. It feels more like a sports league.
I mean, it's different, right? Like, as far as I know, not being in the know of a lot of the stuff, this is the first time they've done something like that.
Right.
So how do people like watch it? Like, what is the method for doing this? Is it like a weekly? Is it like football?
I'd assume so. I assume it's going to be over on like their Twitch channel, Overwatch League, or whatever their Twitch channel is. I'm not entirely sure, but I only started learning about it because a friend of mine, Jay, that I used to work with, she's a big Overwatch fan. She was I think the Dallas team is like one of the only ones that has an advertisement on the jersey. And it says like, so it's like this really cool blue looking jersey. It says Dallas Fuel. And there's a fucking like Jack in the Box logo in the middle. And it's like, oh, that kind of sucks. But I don't know what the primary way to watch this is. I assume that they might even do some stuff with like ESPN2. How ESPN2 was showing like Dota and Overwatch and stuff like that.
I'm kind of hyped about it. Like, I wasn't interested in this. You just pitched me on it.
It's really cool, yeah. And they've also worked a lot with their spectator tools.
Yeah.
Like the PC developer side has they're trying to make the spectator camera like something that actually works really well and isn't just like some janky thing like how you've seen in like PUBG and H1Z1. The spectator tool, like they're going to be switching between first-person cameras of the people playing, and you will see like an over-the-top view.
Fucking cool.
And there's even a map view where it just shows the map from top down with like the character icons on the map.
That's awesome.
It looks fucking cool.
I'll give it a shot.
I'm really excited for it.
Now it's time for Squad Up. You can go to kindoffunny.com/KFGD to ask other best friends out there to play games with you, just like Tyler Kabbes did. He says, I'm looking for some best friends to help me through the raid in Destiny 2 with trials. I've been an avid Destiny player, but have never been able to get a group together to complete these activities, even in Destiny 1. I'd love it if you could help out, best friends. help me through some of these tough tasks.
Help him.
Love the show. His name is DanteTheClerk on Xbox One. That is DanteTheClerk on Xbox
Dante
One.
the Clerk.
DanteTheClerk. There you go, Kev. It's for you. Now it's time for You're Wrong. Andy, what did we get wrong today?
On the You're Wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. That's my theme song for it. Let's see here. Justin Ryan Bear says, "Hey Tim, you said to follow 3 dudes on Twitter, which is Zuge, Nibel, and Shinobi. He also said you also should follow Warrior 64.
Oh, Warrior 64. Yeah, I
Lots
put
of
him in
good
that
deals
league as well.
Absolutely. Let's see here. Capitalist Pig says the sign up initiative was the Space Monkey program for Beyond Good and Evil 2. Capitalist Pig also, he mentions how the game was called Star Citizen, the one that Kevin looked up for us. Thank you for that. Dr. Funder says, Dr. Funder, that's very funny.
Good.
DMC and Devil May Cry 4 are my personal favorite games in the series, but the backtracking part in 4 is not great. Here are the Metacritic scores for context. Devil May Cry 1, 94. Devil May Cry 2, 68. 3 and 4 both got 84s. DMC is an 85. Is an 86, I'm sorry. Interesting.
DMC is the favorite. DMC 3.
DMC 3.
Devil May Cry 3.
Devil May Cry 1 has a higher rating, but that could just be...
That's because it was new and fresh and it came out at a very different time. Because that came out in 2001, I want to say, and then Devil May Cry 3 didn't come out until 2005.
Lord of Pone says, trophies have been patched and changed in the past. A recent example is when Blizzard reworked the hero Mercy, they also changed one of the trophies associated with the hero so that people could still earn the trophy. Cool. Legend Hunter talks about the trophy requirement changes as well, says Destiny 1 changed 2 trophy requirements after year launch due to them changing the way a couple of factions leveled up, causing those 2 trophies to be unobtainable.
Cool.
There's only 2 more from Vane. It says, I guess, they're talking more about trophy stuff, and they specifically talking about Mercy's revivability. Ice27 says, hey, Tim and Andy, Greg has publicly said he did know he won Trending Gamer, but not from Jeff. The fan votes were public the year Greg won nominated, so he had been keeping an eye on the results.
Well, he didn't know, though. That's like, he didn't know he won. It's like, if you look at that, they were public, but it was just like, we don't know if that was all that was going into it.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Interesting. Well, that's it for You're Wrong.
Yeah. Oh, we did pretty good today, Andy.
I thought we started off really rough. I'll be honest with you, Kevin. I thought the show started off very rough. And I worry that people might tune out. Because I'm not...
Oh, you didn't mean from me?
In the big... Oh, no, me. No. I thought
you killed it today, Andy. You did good.
thought I got better as I got along. I just started learning the ways of the game journalist. And now I'm a professional game journalist.
Now you are.
Yeah.
You've done it.
Thanks.
Everyone in the comments, let him know how good of a games journalist he is. Tomorrow's host
Please don't. I don't give
will
a
be
shit.
me and Anthony Gallegos.
Ah!
That'll be fun. That'll be a fun little something. Anyway, until then, I love you. Thank you very much for joining us. Watch us tonight, 5:30 p.m. Game Awards.